Big news break here on India Today. A BBC documentary on the Gujarat 2002 communal riots has kicked up a big diplomatic storm with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak backing Prime Minister Modi. Needless to say, the British documentary by the BBC paints the Modi government in Gujarat at the time as having blocked inquiries being made by the British government. Rishi Sunak says, don't agree with the characterization. The UK Prime Minister has said this after British MP Imran Hussain raised the BBC report, which points a finger directly at Narendra Modi. The BBC documentary titled India, the Modi Question has triggered a huge transnational controversy. It allegedly shows a UK government report that states Narendra Modi was directly responsible for the Gujarat riots. And now the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom has defended and said he doesn't agree with the characterization. So this is a diplomatic and an international controversy going to the heart of the 2002 Gujarat communal riots.
Does the Prime Minister agree with his diplomats in the Foreign Office that Modi was directly responsible, and just what more does the Foreign Office know of his involvement in this grave act of ethnic cleansing?
Well, Mr. Speaker, the UK government's position on this has been clear and long-standing and hasn't changed. Of course, we don't tolerate persecution where it appears anywhere, but I'm not sure I agree at all with the characterisation that the honourable gentleman has put forward.
That completes Prime Minister's question.
I want to go across to India Today's Gaurav Sawant, tracking the story very closely. Big statement there, Gaurav, by the Prime Minister of the UK, no less, in the face of this BBC so-called documentary.
Shiv, you very rightly characterized it as the so-called documentary that the Ministry of External Affairs has actually called a hit job on India by vested interests peddling a discredited narrative. But you're absolutely right. It's the British Prime Minister who told Imran Hussain, the MP from Bradford East, that he does not agree with that characterization. Again, this is a question that's raised by an MP of Pakistani origin in the British Parliament. The timing of the documentary, election year 2023 and 2024, a hit job by the BBC is what some officials seem to have indicated when we sought a reaction. But of course now there's also an official reaction from the Ministry of External Affairs. But before that, you've heard the British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak saying he disagrees with the characterization of that gentleman, and that gentleman is a Pakistani origin member of Parliament from Bradford East, Imran Hussain.
Absolutely, Gaurav. And, the documentary itself coming out at this time, nobody should have that impulse to question the timing of this documentary. But the BBC picking up something on that, something that's happened at that time, one is wondering, why did the British need to, feel the need to, commission an inquiry into something happening in another country? Most people are wondering, is India a British colony that they felt entitled enough to order an inquiry in another country?
Shiv, what's actually shocking is not only did they order an inquiry, they carried out an inquiry, sending a team to Gujarat. Is that even legal? I mean, do they think, as you very rightly ask, are we a British colony even today? Point one. Point two, the then Foreign Secretary Kamal Sibal actually made a public statement at that point of time, saying, asking foreign members of the diplomatic corps and others to desist from interfering in India's internal affairs. But the British, of course, as you well know, have a long record of interfering in India's internal affairs. If there is something that's going wrong in India, it will be sorted out internally. But were the British actually fishing in troubled waters that time by Jack Straw ordering an inquiry, making a statement, and then circulating his findings to members of the European Union and other European diplomats in India? So that is where, the question comes, is there more to this than meets the eye? Were the British trying to fish in troubled waters, and are they continuing to do so through the BBC now in 2023?